Okay, mic test, just audio test, movement test. Just making sure before I go on that we can hear it this time. All right, testing, testing. Okay, test. All right, I'm just going to assume that the audio is working. I had audio troubles before, so I'm restarting the stream from the start. So, I apologize for that, and hopefully it goes better this time. Soichi, what is it, Karen?
何か聞こえなかった。遠くの方から。
Did you hear something just now from far away? The group looked at each other when they heard that. Then, after a few moments of staying silent, Takayama, how's the installation going? Just a little more.
宗一くん、どうする？
What should we do, Soichi? The fact that Karen heard the sound meant that there was either a gunfight then going on for a while, or a one-sided slaughter. Wasn't there a high possibility that it was Fumika or Reika that had been shot at? It's dangerous. Why don't we go out and see what's going on? We need to save them. It's Fumika and Reika has been attacked.
わかったよ、宗一。
Okay, got it, Soichi.
だが、行く前に三剣、君がこれを持っておけ。
I have no objections. I'll take this before we go, Mitsurugi. Hold on one second. I just want to check something. Okay, just one more audio test. Okay, just one more audio test. Okay, we're all good. I'm continuing now. I have no objections. But before we go, take this, Mitsurugi. Okay, I'm gonna hand the gun and ammo they just obtained to Soichi. He instinctively tried to reject it, but he gripped it with even more strength than he
俺が
expected.
2丁持っていても仕方がない。それよりも、三剣が持っていた方が生存率が上がる。
Having two won't do me much good. It's more efficient for our survival chances if you held on to one, Mitsurugi. But pistol was a weapon, and one that could likely take a life with a single shot. So Soichi never used a gun before, probably couldn't hold back to the extent of not killing someone.
宗一くん。
Let's just go there for now. We need to make sure we're not too late. He still didn't... He also didn't have the confidence where he could pull the trigger or not. Even so, Soichi accepted the heavy gun with a black luster. I hope Fumika and Reika are alright. Soichi still didn't know that half of his wish would go unfulfilled. Was already unfulfilled. The group walked as they carefully observed their surroundings. Takayama stood at the lead, with Soichi behind him, Karin huddling up next to Soichi, and Nagisa in the back.
総一、文香さんたち大丈夫かな？
Soichi, do you think Fumika and Reika are alright? The gunshots have stopped. I'd like to believe they got away, but there were two possibilities. Either they gone away or they've been finished off. Cold sweat ran down Soichi's back. Even so, it was Karin's presence next to him that kept him composed. It doesn't feel so bad to be relied on. He planned on protecting Karin no matter what happened this game. When he saw her relying on him, his desire to protect her changed into a different emotion altogether, something that bewildered Soichi. Something he thought was no longer impossible for him.
なんだか総一くんとかりんちゃんってどんどん仲良くなっていくよね。
I've gotta say, looks like you two are getting along better and better, huh?
そうでもないと思うよ。
I don't think that's the case.
かりんちゃん説得力ない。
You're not very convincing there, Karin. Since Karin was still clinging to Soichi, Nagisa's words were right on point. Nagisa gave an over-exaggerated sigh as Karin blushed slightly.
お姉さん、仲間外れされてるみたいで寂しいな。
It feels so lonely to be left out of the loop like this. What are you even saying, Nagisa?
そうだよ。ほら、一人が嫌だったら、総一の逆側ってまだ空いてるし。
He's right. You know, if you don't want to be alone, Soichi's other side is open. I don't think that's the issue here, Karin.
そうだっけ？
Oh, really? They're right in the middle of a situation where they didn't know what would happen next. Normally, shouldn't even be talking now. The other three of them knew that, they still were liking this atmosphere between them right now.
ずっと思っているが緊張感が足りないな。
This has been on my mind for a while now, but you guys are lacking in tension. Takayama muttered that, breaking his silence. Karin grew despondent, feeling as though she'd been scolded. Sorry for causing a
騒が
ruckus.
しいのは良くないが緊張を感じないのは悪くない。
It's not good to cause a ruckus, but it's not bad not to feel tension either. Huh?
思うところはあるがそう最悪の状態ではないということだ。
I may have my own reservations about it, but it's not the worst case situation there is. Takayama smiled slightly when he said that, even though he's supposed to be complaining. Neither the three behind him nor even Takayama himself knows
だ
that.
がさすがにそろそろ静かにした方がいいな。じきに音の下あたりのはずだ。
But it'd be best if we got quiet right about now. We're close to the noise. We should be close to the noise now. I'm surprised you can tell
結
that.
局は慣れだな。屋内は反響やドアの状態で推測は難しいのだ。まあそう離れてはいないだろう。
I'm just used to it, is all. It's hard to tell from the vibrations in the building and the state of the doors, but it's probably not that far away.
あ、そうだ。さっきの機能使ってみればいいんじゃない？
Oh right, why don't you just use that function from earlier?
そのつもりだ。
That's my intention. Takayama already has PDA out, but just as he's about to use it, he stopped dead in his tracks. What's wrong, Takayama?
いや、何かを見落としているような気がしたんだが、気のせいか。
I just got the feeling I was overlooking something. Am I just imagining it? Overlooking something? Soichi thought about it but couldn't come up with anything. Karin and Nagisa also look confused.
不安にさせてすまない。ただの錯覚なのだろう。
I'm sorry for worrying you. It's probably just a trick of my mind. Takayama operated his PDA, and activated the software. The screen changed and slowly progressed with the search until it finally
ど
ended.
う？
How does it look?
近くには俺たち以外の反応がないな。それ以外だと少し離れた位置に一つ、さらに離れた場所にもう一つ反応があるが。
There are no reactions around here apart from our own. Apart from that, there's one blip a bit of a distance away, and one even further from that.
一つずつ？二つずつじゃなくて？
Wait, so they're separate? They're not
そ
together?
のようだ。
It seems that way.
これってどういうことなの？
Soichi, what's the meaning of this? I don't know. It's hard to narrow. It could be anything, so it's hard to narrow it down. Takayama nodded at Soichi's reply. Even the one on this displayed now could either be the one who attacked or someone reacting to the noise just like us. We can't
あと
tell.
は何らかの理由で分断されて近くに残っているのが一人だけという可能性もあるな。
It's also possible that they got separated for some reason, and only one of them is still around nearby. Karin pondered Takayama's comment.
じゃあもしかして何もわからないのと同じなの？
So basically we know nothing? That's not true. We know someone's around here. So we can go and check who they are,
一人
right?
というのはかえって都合がいいな。手塚ならば不利を悟って逃げていくだろうし、長澤も勝ち目があるとは考えないだろう。
It's for our own benefit that they're alone. If it were Tezuka, he'd probably run away knowing the odds were against him. And Nagasawa also probably shouldn't think he has a shot at victory.
表示の人を追うってことでいいの？
So we should go follow after that person on the map? Yes, let's do that. Takayama took the lead again and started walking. Strange though. Got a bad feeling about this. Soichi is bothered by how Takayama been acting. Or maybe because, impaired to find Fumika, Reika, and Tezuka and Nagasawa together separately, and yet the difference in the reactions had them befuddled. As a result, Soichi himself didn't know the reason for his anxiety.
剣、
Suddenly, Takayama spoke to him in a low voice. Perhaps because Karin was being careful of her surroundings, she didn't
こ
notice
の
it.
反応が手塚だったら排除するぞ。
If this blip turns out to be Tezuka, eliminating him. Soichi gasped at that proposal. He didn't need to think about what Takayama was
君の
implying.
話を聞いたのと自分の目で見た感想を言おう。手塚はしたたかな男だ。このまま自由にさせては足元を救われかねない。
Hold on a second. Okay, back. Here I go. This is judged on from what you told me and from what I saw for myself. Tezuka seems like a stubborn one. If we leave him to his own devices now, it's likely he'll cause trouble for us along the way. But even
仲
so,
間を守るという言葉の重みがわかるなら覚悟をすることだ。
if you understand exactly what it means to protect your comrades, you need to be ready to do that. Killing others was not something Soichi could do easily. Perhaps because he guessed that, Takayama said that.
二人で何話してるの？
Huh? What were you guys talking about? Oh, nothing.
警戒を怠るなという話だ。三剣の平和主義は結構だが、抜けてる部分は少々困る。
I was telling him not to let his guard down. Mitsurugi's whole pacifism thing is fine and all. I'm a little bothered by how spaced out he can be.
確かに。そいちって思ったより抜けてるよね。
You got a point. Soichi's more of a space case than you'd think. Karn reacted cheerfully to Takayama's lie. When he saw that, the urge to protect her surged through Soichi.
あ、そいち怒った？
Oh, are you mad, Soichi? No. He unconsciously touched the gun he'd been handed. The more he became aware of its chill, the more his heart felt like it froze over.
さっき音がしたのってこの辺りなんだよね。
That sound came from around here, didn't it?
周囲をよく見ていてくれ。人はいないが、何かしらの痕跡はあるかもしれない。それを調べれば、ここで何があったのかは推測しやすくなるはずだ。
Take a good look around. There may not be anyone here. There may still be traces of what happened. If we find those, we can make a guess as to what happened here. Got it. Let's check it out while we head towards the blip we saw
他
earlier.
の人間の動きも気になる。俺は定期的にソフトを起動して、人の動きをチェックしておこう。
I'm concerned about how the other blips too. I'll use the software from time to time and check what the others are doing. I see. That does sound safer that way. They continued moving, having split up their duties. None of them were particularly tense because no one was around.
片方の反応は止まったまま。もう片方は移動しているな。
One of the blips is staying still, the other one is moving. Maybe they're taking a break, or perhaps they can't move.
本当に分断されてたらレイカちゃんじゃないの？ほら、怪我もしてたし。
If they really have been separated, then maybe it's Reika? You know, since she's injured and all.
そっか、早く行かないと。
You're right, then maybe I see, then maybe we
一応
need to
さっ
hurry.
きからそちらに向かっている。
They've been heading towards... Oh, hold on. That's where you've been headed anyway. Soichi felt weight in Takayama's voice. If that person turned out to be Tezuka, then... Can I really kill him? They were approaching the unmoving blip. They were getting closer to the unmoving blip by the second. It was right then that a sudden change occurred.
Mhm.
Takayama noticed it first. When he saw Takayama stop, Soichi assumed that he'd seen some sort of movement on the collar radar. Takayama, have they made any moves?
違う。これは。
No, that's not it. This is... Hold on a second. Okay. What Takayama knows was a smell he'd encountered many times before as a mercenary on the battlefield. It was faint, but there was no way he could possibly forget that sickening stench even if he wanted to. And when he realized the reason for that smell, Takayama finally understood what he'd overlooked.
全員下がれ。物陰に身を隠すんだ。
Get down there, everyone. Find cover.
遅えぜ大将。
Too late, boss man. Tezuka? Soichi did as Takayama said, and grabbed Kara in Naisu's hands and ran. Their faces were warped with shock. Hold on. Tezuka sprung out and fired his pistol. Oops, sorry, I accidentally skipped that line. Soichi's group had been swift to flee. The bullet grazed Soichi's group, who had been swift to flee. But Takayama, the one who'd issued the warning to begin with, was too late. Several bullets pierced his stout body. Even so, he mustered his willpower and held the gun up. With shaking hands, he aimed it at Tezuka and fired. But due to the rapid loss of strength in his body, he couldn't handle the recoil. Each of the bullets missed their target by a mile. They didn't even graze Tezuka. In the face of that resistance, Tezuka hid behind the wall in the hallway. Takayama! Stay back, Mitsurugi!
なんで手塚には反応しなかったの？
Why? Why didn't Tezuka show up on the map?
かりんちゃん、手塚さん、首輪をしてなかったよ。
Karin, Tezuka doesn't have a collar. Oh! Soichi finally realized it. The software didn't show locations of people, but merely the locations of the collars. In other words, it didn't pick up anyone who didn't have a collar. Damn it, why didn't I realize that? Soichi bit his lip bitterly. But he was even more furious at Tezuka. Why are you going after us when you got your collar off already?
ああ、確かに首輪は外れた。俺の命は助かるんだろうな。だけどよ、もらえる金は多ければ多い方がいいだろう。
Yeah, I did get my collar off, you're right about that. My life's been saved. But you know, the more money to go around, the better, ain't right? The more money, the better, right? What?
お金のために
Doing this for the money.
リスクはあるが身入りはそれ以上ときた。だったらかけてみるのも悪くないだろう。
There are risks involved, the benefits are greater. So it's not a bad bet to make, wouldn't you say? Soichi was, wait, hold on a second, sorry. Soichi was at a loss for words, while Karin's face was pale as a sheet. White as a sheet. Karin in particular couldn't help but, see Tezuka's actions as matching up what she tried to do herself. It reminded her back of when, she felt, she'd be willing to do anything for the money she needed to save her sister.
私がやろうとしていたこともああいうこと
So this is what I was trying to do? Nagisa wrapped her hand around Karin's shoulder as the latter lowered her head.
宗一君どうしよ
What do we do, Soichi? We need to save Takayama. Takayama will save you, just wait right there.
来るなと言ったぞ三剣
I told you to stay back, Mitsurugi. But
よう大将、三剣たちについたのは失敗だったな。
hey there, boss man. Looks like going Mitsurugi's people was a bust, eh? Tezuka laughed sarcastically. But Takayama was fearless in the face of that.
ああ
Tezuka scowled when he saw that thing. When he saw something he didn't. When he saw that incomprehensible
結果は
sight.
こうなったが三剣たちの味方をしたことに後悔はない
Even though this may be the result, I have no regrets about teaming up with Mitsurugi's group.
ここで死ぬってのか。俺にはわからんね。
Even though you're gonna bite it here, man, I don't get you.
いつ背中から撃たれてもおかしくない場所にいるとな裏切られる心配をしないで済むことが嬉しくなるものだこういうのもたまにはいい
In a place where it wouldn't be strange to get shot in the back at any time, not having to worry about getting betrayed made me happy. These sort of things aren't so bad now and then. Takayama remembered when Soichi had revealed his hand. How we had the Ace PDA, which required killing the owner of the Queen. But more than that, it was seeing how casually he disguised the Joker that earned him his trust even more. Even if he'd been found out then and there, no one could blame him for being cautious in this situation. But yet, in spite of that, Soichi just showed him his own PDA like it was nothing.
重ねて言うが後悔などない
I'll say it again, I have no regrets.
そういうもんかね。
Oh, really now? Tezuka truly could not understand Takayama's words. Oops. Soichi and Karin were also the same. Perhaps it was only natural since they didn't know his life story.
三剣俺を置いて逃げろ
Mitsurugi, leave me and go. I can't do that.
俺はもう済んでいる今すぐ止血をすれば助かる可能性はあるが手塚がその時間をくれるわけがないだから逃げろ
I'm already screwed. If we stop the bleeding now, I might survive. Tezuka's not going to give you that kind of time, so run.
おっと、そう簡単には逃がさないぜ。
Whoa there. You don't think I'm just going to let you get away that easy, do you?
いやお前は何もできないここに俺がいる限り俺の横を通り過ぎて三剣たちを追うことはしない用心深い男だからな
No, you can't do anything. As long as I'm here, you can't pass me and follow after Mitsurugi's group. Because I'm a cautious man. Tezuka didn't react, perhaps he's been on the mark. Takayama, if I'd been more careful, then...
後悔はもっと後でしろ一刻も早くここから離れてな
Save your regrets for later. You've got to get out of here as soon as possible.
宗一どうしよう車さん本当にこのまま
Soichi, what do we do? At this rate, Takayama really will... They should flee. They need to do that in order to survive. Soichi understood that. But at the same time, he was hesitant. Is it really alright to just leave Takayama? That'd be just about the same as me murdering him, wouldn't it? Takayama started feeling irritated when he saw how Soichi's group wasn't moving. He was bleeding so much that he couldn't move. He could barely move by his own will anymore. So Takayama sent Nagisa a desperate glance. Nagisa was surprised, perhaps because she didn't think he could see her. She hesitated for a moment when faced with that gaze that appeared to see through everything, but in the end she nodded.
宗一くんダメだよ
Soichi, we can't.
高山さんの気持ちを無駄にしちゃダメだよ悲しいけど苦しいけど迷って何もしないっていうのが一番ダメなんじゃないかな
Can't let Takayama's hopes go to waste. It's sad and painful. The worst thing you could do in this situation is just hesitate and do nothing at all. Nagisa. Soichi saw kindness and strength in Nagisa's expression. I have to protect Karin and Nagisa. No, I will protect them. Soichi shot Takayama one last look. Takayama, thank you for everything. He didn't respond. He has raised his hand and waved at them as though telling him to get out of there right now. Karin, Nagisa, let's go.
総一、でも
But Soichi, let's go! Soichi barely bit his lip. Karin was taken aback when she saw that look on his face. She ran, still being dragged by Soichi, she ran off with Soichi and Nagisa. Oh man, they really did go leave, huh? Tezuka scratched his head as he heard the footsteps getting farther and farther away.
追ってもいいんだぞ。
Chase him if you want.
そのあったり、まだ続けるのか?
Still going for that bluff?
ああ、続ける。それでもお前は万が一を考えてしまうだろう。
Yes, I will. Even if I do, you'll always consider the worst possible scenario, won't you?
そう堂々と言われるとな。やりにくいぜ、大将。
Hold on a sec. He actually said that to my face. You're one tough customer, boss man. Just as Takayama had aimed, Tezuka didn't show any signs of falling after him out of fear of Takayama pulling something. Takayama most likely didn't look like he could move anymore. But there was still a possibility he could muster the last of his strength and shoot his gun at him. If he got in close range, he might get shot by, he might also get shot by bad luck.
最後に言い残しておくこととかあるか?
Any last words?
タバコや酒というものはもうやれないと思うと妙に欲しくなるものだな。
I think about how I won't be able to smoke and drink anymore. I find myself actually wanting them. Takayama's words were as dispassionate as always, even at this point. Tezuka smiled wryly when he saw that dauntless attitude in the face of death. Hold on a second. The human side of Tezuka considered at least giving him one last cigarette, but his cautious side won out, took priority in the end. Though he didn't think that Takayama was actually expecting him to get close to
と
him.
りあえず、守備としては悪くない。
Oh well, not a bad turn of events, all said and done. A pool of blood spread centered around Takayama. So Tezuka brought a hand to his head as he looked at that. Wasn't like he'd had that collar on for 2 days. But now he didn't have it on him. He felt an odd sensation of something
し
missing.
かし、 ここ数日は人の死ぬ姿ばかり見てるな。
Man, I've been seeing people die left and right on these last few days. So he should then, Tezuka then remembered about the time he removed his collar. Huh? Nagasawa left out dumbfounded gasp when Tezuka pointed the gun at him. The elation he felt having killed Goda instantly froze.
何のつもりだよ。
What are you doing?
ちょっとした未来予測だ。
Just a little planning for the future.
未来予測？なんだよそれ。利害が一致したから手を組んだんだろ。
Planning for the future? What are you talking about? Aren't we working together because our interests match up? Tezuka needed to activate 5 collars, while Nagasawa needed to kill 3 people. They should have been compatible in terms of collar removal conditions.
一致していたな。けどよ、ずっと一致してるとは限らないだろう。例えば、俺はそこの女2人の首輪を起動させれば、あと1つで自分の首輪を外せる。
Yeah, they did line up. But it doesn't mean they'll always line up, right? For example, if I activate the collars of the 2 women over there, I also need one more to remove my collar.
それがどうしたんだよ。
What of it?
順当に言っても、お前より先に首輪を外せただろうな。だが、俺の条件の最後になる人間を殺した後が問題だ。
Even if we continue on this course of events, even if we continue this partnership, I'll probably get my collar off before you. The problem is what will happen after I've killed the last person I need to fulfill my condition.
どうして？
After we've killed the last person I need to fulfill my condition. Why?
その時点で、お前が殺さなければならない人間も残り1人。お前、その最後の1人として首輪を外す最中の俺を殺すつもりだっただろう。
By that point, you only need to kill one more person. You were planning on killing me while I was removing my collar as that last person, weren't you? Nagasawa was speechless at having been found out, having been seen through. Unable to move in shock, Tezuka chuckled. Seeing Nagasawa unable to move in shock, Tezuka chuckled.
食えないガキだぜ。だが、それなら俺が条件を満たす最後の一つに、お前の首輪を使っても文句はないよな。
Sheesh, you really are a crafty kid. Well, in that case, you don't mind if I use your collar as the last one I need, right?
いや、賞金が増えて首輪も無事に解除できるんだ。ためらう理由なんてものはない。そうだよね。
Wait, hold on a second. Alright, alright, here we go. In fact, I can kill you and get more money by safely remove my collar. I have no reason not to kill you, isn't that right?
待ってくれ。俺は。
Wait, Nagasawa fell to the ground, as a bullet hole piercing straight through his heart. His face was frozen in surprise. Ironically, that look resembled Godas who Nagasawa just killed.
悪く思うなよ。
Nothing personal. Nezuko said that without a hint of malice. After that, you activate Nagasawa, Goda, and Fumika's collars. And then... an alarm rang from Tezuka's PDA. It was more jaunty than anything he'd heard before from it. That sound also played from Tezuka's collar. And though he couldn't see it, the diodes on it were flashing. Congratulations! You have activated 5 collars and fulfilled your collar release condition. The collar unlocked and fell off easily. Finally being exposed to the cold air after so long, felt a cool breeze against it for a moment.
ようやく楽になったが、呼吸に支障はなかったけど、四六時中首に何かが巻きついてると思うと息苦しかったんだよな。
I can finally relax, huh? I didn't have troubles breathing with it or anything, but having something around my neck 24/7 really was suffocating. He craned his neck and cracked it with sound. He felt incredibly relieved just from doing that.
さて、あとはこのゲームとやらが終わるまで暇を潰すか。賞金にも響くし、残りの奴らにはできるだけ潰し合ってほしいが、あのミツルギがいるんじゃ無理だな。
Now then, guess I'll just kill some time until this game bullshit ends. I'd like to kill the bastards remaining if I can to get more prize money. But if Mitsurugi around, that's not gonna happen. Soichi remembered the young man who was too nice for his own good. He wasn't a bad person, and their release conditions have it different. He thought he probably could have teamed up with him. Though he tried to trick him, he didn't really have anything against Soichi either.
下の階の戦闘禁止エリアにでも行くか。
Guess I'll just go to a non-combat area downstairs. After thinking for a little, Tezuka decided to go with that course of action. But just as he started walking, his PDA, an alarm suddenly rang from his PDA. He gave the screen a curious glance and saw a familiar pumpkin mascot character on it. Hey, long time no see. First, congrats are in order. Good job removing your collar.
またお前か。こんなに何度も出てくるものなのか?
You again, huh? How many times are you gonna show up, eh? Tezuka scowled and replied sullenly. Just when he finally got his collar off, now he had to deal with this bullshit. It was only natural it seemed fishy. Normally it's not like this. This game is a special case.
今回のゲームね。参加した覚えもないのに勝手に出されて迷惑してるぜ。
This game, huh? I don't remember signing up for it, so having you your ugly mugs show up every now and then. It's a real pain in the ass.
このゲームは誰でも参加できるというものではないからね。厳正なる審査の結果なんだよ。
Not just anyone can participate in this game. It's the result of a careful screening process.
厳正なる審査。俺みたいなやつから楽器、学生、おっさんに玄人じみたやつ。俺の見た限り、随分各人の差があったぜ。
Hold on a second. Careful screening process. Aside from me, you've got brats, students, an old fart, and some professional old man. From what I can see, there sure is a huge difference between all of us. Tezuka's finding what Smith was saying. No, Smith himself more and more fishy.
それで今回は何の用なんだ。まさか生き残ることが濃厚になった瞬間に賞金は出せないとでも言うつもりじゃないだろうな。
Well, whatever. So what do you want this time? You're not gonna just show up and tell me that there's no prize money just after I survived, are you?
まさか賞金はゲームの勝利者に対する報酬だよ。そこを疑われるのは心外だね。
Of course not. The prize monies are compensation to the winners of the game. We're hurt that you would doubt that.
ならいい
Fine, whatever.
僕が聞きたいのは君がこれからどうするのかっていうことだよ。
What I want to ask is what you're gonna do now.
どうしようと勝手だろうと言いたいがすぐにわかることか。下の階でのんびり寝て過ごすつもりだ。
I'd like to say whatever the hell I want, but you're gonna find out anyway. I'm planning on going downstairs and just sleeping the rest of this whole thing off.
それはもったいないね。
That'd be such a waste. What was that? Seeing Smith react with over-exaggerated surprise, Tezuka decides he'd bite. Since Smith... Hold on a second. Since Smith had been the one to contact him, figured there was no harm in seeing what he had to say.
実は今の時点で高山浩太、三剣総一、王城かりん、木戸渚の4人が一緒に行動していて、じきに PDA を2台持ったもう一人の参加者と合流しそうなんだ。に PDA を2台持ったもう一人の参加者と合流しそうなんだ。に PDA を2台持ったもう一人の参加者と合流しそうなんだ。に PDA を2台持ったもう一人。
Alright, sorry, here I go. Actually, at this point, Koda Takayama, Soichi Mitsurugi, Karin Hojo, and Nagisa Kido are traveling together in a group of 4. And it seems like they'll meet up with the other survivor of two PDAs sooner or later.
4人が共闘してるのは知ってるぜ。向こうにまともな武器がない頃だが、俺も一度戦ったからな。
I know the 4 of them are working together. They didn't have proper weapons at the time, But I did I did fight them
ここ
once.
で考えてみてよ。このままいけば君が手にする賞金はたったの4億になるんだよ。もっと多くの賞金を欲しいとは思わないかな。
Try thinking about it. If you let things go as they are now, you only end up getting 400 million yen at the end of all this. Don't you want more prize money?
読めてきたぜ。つまり賞金を増やしたければ三剣や高山の大将と戦えって言いたいんだな。
I see right through you. In other words, you want me to fight Mitsurugi and Takayama in order to increase my share of the prize money, don't you?
そうそう。さすが理解が早いね。どうかな。君にとっても悪い話ではないと思うんだけど。
That's right, you catch on quick. How about it? Doesn't sound bad if you ask me.
なあ、金が増えるのはいい。だが肝心の人を減らすって部分がダメだ。
Well, it'd be nice to have more money, but I'm gonna have to say no to the whole killing more people part. Tezuka smirked and denied Smith's offer.
これがバラバラに行動している4人なら戦う目もある。だが一人で4人の集団に戦いを挑むのはバカを超えて自殺志願者だぜ。
If the four of them were operating separately, then I'd go fight them. But you have to be a suicidal dumbass to go for a single person to go up against a group of 4. Tezuka wasn't so easily swayed by greed. When balancing risk and return on the scales, he balanced risk and return on the scales and determined how much he'd be risking his life. As a result, it seemed he determined this time that the risk was far too great.
そっか。これは話すべきか悩むところなんだけど、いいことを教えてあげるよ。
I see. I wasn't sure if I should tell you this, but I'll tell you something good.
実は彼らはとある PDA の拡張機能を手に入れたんだ。どんなのか知りたいでしょ。それはね、首輪の位置を表示するというものなんだ。
The truth is, they've gotten their hands on some PDA enhancement software. You want to know what it is, don't you? Well, guess what? It's something that can show the locations of the collars.
それは
That's... The gears in Tezuka's head started revolving. Normally, he wouldn't dare go up against the 4 of them by himself. But now there'd been a huge gap, chink in their armor that opened up, so he's thinking
俺
again.
が首輪を外せたことを向こうは知る。だったら外れた首輪をおとりにする。
Those guys don't know that I've removed my collar yet. So if I use my removed collar as bait... So Tezuka, checked his location on his PDA. It'd be better to find somewhere he could hide and, deal with this, Maurice. There's a place a little bit away that seemed perfect for it. Otherwise, then the stench of the people, burning here wouldn't go away. Tezuka looked at the burning bodies and thought that...
さあ、
Sorry, I think I was a little unclear about that. So basically, Tezuka's saying you should get away from the stench of the burning bodies before going third. So what are you gonna do?
ああ、乗ってやるよ。そっちの思惑にな。
Alright, what the hell? I'll bite. Yeah, chance of winning. Let's go quickly put his plan in implementation. Takayama completely stopped moving. When I saw the amount of blood he'd lost, it wasn't hard to imagine that he died from blood loss shock. Tezuka slowly approached Takayama.
死んでるな。
He's dead, huh? Pulled a cigarette out of his pocket and lit it up. Tezuka took Takayama's PDA and left the cigarette there as though it were some sort of bonfire. Alright, next. He lit a new cigarette. He sucked on it as though it were a great delicacy. And brought up the list of collar release
このまま
conditions.
だと賞金が4億だって言ってたな。となると、生き残りは俺を含めて5人。
He said the share of the prize money would be 400 million from now earlier, which means that there are 5 other survivors, including me. Hold on a second. I was gonna remember the first time he tried to trap Soichi's group. They revealed their PDAs without much
共
hesitation.
闘していた4人と後で合流しそうだという人。生き残るのは4人。御剣の条件が満たせないと考えると、後で加入する奴は解除できるわけだ。
The 4 of them were together, and there's that other person that look like they'll meet up with. So that means there's 4 other survivors. If you consider Mitsurugi's condition unobtainable, then the other person who then the soon to be potential new member of their team can probably remove theirs. Tezuka then lined up all the PDAs he had. When compared them to Soichi's group,
最後の1人の持つ PDA は8か9。どちらかがシャッターを開けるエクストラゲームで使われた PDA ってわけか。
the last one either has the 8 or the 9 PDA. Which means that one of them was the PDA used to open the shutter in the extra game. The answer was simple once he figured all that out. The 8th condition required destroying other PDAs, while the 9 required the deaths of everyone else. I felt he knew which of them could be fulfilled at this point. Wait, and that means... He thought about each of the conditions. Finally, Tezuka got all his thoughts in order and smirked. He took the 3 PDA that Nagasawa was holding and threw against the wall with all his might. It was clear the PDA would break from that. Once he saw the wreckage of the PDA, Tezuka reached for the next PDA. An alarm rang from Tezuka's PDA. There was another call incoming.
ちょっと待ってよ。
Hold it right there.
またお前か。何の用だ。
You again? What
君
now?
は何をしてるのかな？
What are you
賞
doing?
金を2人分上積みさせようと思ってな。
Lowering the prize money down to 2%. Wait, hold on, sorry. I was thinking of making sure the prize money couldn't be shared by more than 2
このまま
people.
向こうが合流したとしても、解除条件として使える PDA は5台しかない。
At this rate, even if they meet up with the other survivor, there are only 5 PDAs that can be used to clear the condition. That would be clear
ここに
conditions.
ある全ての PDA を壊せば、三剣に続いて2人のゲームオーバーが確定するってわけだ。
In other words, if I destroy all the PDAs here, then it'll be game over for not just Mitsurugi, but two of the others, won't it? Hold on. Okay, back. Let's continue. The 8 and the King need 5 PDAs to remove their own collars. Tezuka destroyed all the PDAs he had here. And those 2 would die for
リス
sure.
クゼロで賞金は10億だ。一生食うには困らないし、満足するべき金額だろう。
There's no risk involved, and I'll get, a billion yen out of it. I won't have to work another day in my life for that much money.
あ
Smith was speechless for a
じゃ
while.
あ PDA を壊して今度こそのんびりさせてもらうぜ。
Bye there. I'm gonna destroy the PDAs and take it easy this time for real. He said that and reached for the next PDA. Smith grew even more frantic.
あ。待ってよ。実は君に新しいエクストラゲームへの挑戦権をあげようと思うんだ。
Wait a minute. Actually, you have the right to take on a new extra game. We were thinking of giving you the right to take on a new extra game.
新しいエクストラゲーム
A new extra
そ
game?
う。君だけが参加できるエクストラゲームだよ。
That's right. An extra game where only you can participate
内
in.
容はどんなのなんだ。
What's it involve?
ルールはシンプル。今後ゲーム終了まで君自身の手で誰かを殺すたびに5億円の賞金が出るんだ。
The rules are simple. For every person you kill until the end of the game from now on, you'll get an extra 500 million yen each
5
time.
億だって。
Did you say 5 million? Apart from Tezuka, there were 4 other
全
survivors.
員殺せば本来の賞金と合わせて40億円か。悪くないな。
So if I kill everyone, then in addition to then I'll get 4 billion yen, counting the original prize money. Not
ただ
bad.
し一つだけ条件があるよ。それは 君が手持ちの PDA を破壊せずに持ち歩くこと。
However, there is just one condition. You have to keep the PDAs you have on hand without destroying them.
なるほど。少し考えさせてくれ。
I see. Let me think about it a little. He checked Takayama's PDA, and once he confirmed that there was the caller search function was installed on it, he activated it. As he did that, Sesuke tried to figure out Smith's motives. The reason he was being asked to leave the PDAs alone was almost certainly because Smith wanted to give Soichi's group a chance to live. In other words, he wanted to avoid any certain defeats at this point. Once he thought about that, he began to see the true nature of this game. In other words, this is a show. I don't know who they are, but they've got some heck of a hobby there.
考えは決まったかな？
Looks like you made up your mind. He gotten rid of Takayama, the most dangerous one there, and taken his PDA. So Tezuka definitely was in an advantageous position. Tezuka answered while looking at the blips on the map.
いいぜ。この話に乗ってやる。
Alright, I'm in.
君は非常にいい選択をしたね。本当は中立でいなきゃいけないんだけど、僕は君を応援するよ。頑張って。
That's right, you've made a very good choice. I have to stay on the sidelines, but I'll be rooting for you. Good luck! Smith ended the transmission with his usual energy. But he couldn't hide his relief. Tezuka smiled wryly when he perceived that.
三剣たちはと。こりゃ合流するな。
Mitsurugi's group is... Yeah, they're gonna meet up at this point, at this rate. The PDA map showed 3 blips approaching the only other blip on its own.
4人いるのは厄介だな。奇襲を仕掛けて減らしていけばなんとか。でも奇襲といえば。
It'll be big trouble with the 4 of them. If I launch a surprise attack and cut them down, I might be able to manage. But when it comes to surprise attacks, I remembered something. Though he launched a surprise attack on Soichi's group earlier, successfully, he only managed to take out Takayama. He thought he could kill Nagisa, the slow-looking woman.
大将の指示がそれだけ早かったってことだろうな。
Is it because the boss man gave orders so quickly? Tezuka felt a sense of unease, a faint sense of unease. Let's make a save here. I'm still going though. Take a quick drink break. Okay. Right, here we go. Continue. Soichi's group was running. That, including with the fear of being pursued, made it quite hard for them to breathe, their air running out. But more than anything else, there was the pain of having of leaving Takayama behind. Stop right there, Karin. You won't be able to move if you push yourself too hard. Slow down a little.
でも
Okay, but
落ち着いてかりんちゃん
calm down, Karin. After the two of them appealed to her, Karin finally slowed down. Her face was grim, and not just because she was tired of running. Soichi was felt the same, but he couldn't afford to complain in front of Karin. Gotta think about what we're gonna do next first. He had to support Karin and Nagisa. That thought alone put Soichi under a great deal of pressure. As then he understood just how much Takayama's presence had put them at ease. Oh, that's right, Nagisa, the map.
はいどうぞ宗一くん
Alright, here you go, Soichi. Soichi took the PDA and checked the map. We're currently here, huh? And the stairwell upstairs is over
ど
there.
うするの宗一
What are we gonna do, Soichi? I think we're shooting for the non-combat area on the top floor. We'll wait for Fumika and Reika there. Now that Tezuka removed his collar, the non-combat areas wouldn't offer them any protection. But he figured that Fumika and the other participant who didn't know about the about Tezuka would be aiming there. However, Karin didn't nod. She timidly opened her mouth with anxiety oozing over her face.
ふみかさんたちってちゃんと生きてるのかな
Hey, do you really think Fumika and Reika are alive? Karin?
手塚の首輪が外れてたんだよ確か手塚って
I mean, Tezuka removed his collar, right? And Tezuka...
かりんちゃん落ち着いてまだよくわからないところだから
Calm down, Karin. We still don't know all that much. Karin feebly grabbed at Soichi's clothes. She was shocked from having seen Takayama collapse in front of her eyes. Injured and collapse in front of her eyes. Soichi understood that too. But he didn't know what he could do about mental trauma. They see that sort of thing heals with time, but is that really true? Soichi himself had a wound that had emotional trauma that would never heal. That never healed. And haunted by the guilt of having not been able to do anything. By the regret of not having been able to do anything. Perhaps after a bit of time, all he could do was pretend not to see that. Wait, hold on a second. That was only for a while. All he probably could do was pretend not to see it. We suffer a big loss losing Takayama's PDA. We don't know where he is. But probably been useful in meeting up with the other survivors.
それだけじゃなくてさ、手塚が持ってるってことは私たちの位置がわかるんだよね。
That's not all. Now Tezuka has it, he can figure out where we are, right?
そうなっちゃうね。
Yeah, that's right. Nagisa responded with a troubled frown. But they knew that wouldn't solve anything. That's why I'm thinking we should go to the top floor where we'll have the highest possibility of running into someone else. That is a problem. Now it says to remove his collar, those places were no longer safe. But the number of people knew that was still limited.
本当に残り3つの PDA を集められるかわからないんだよね。
We don't know if we can gather 3 more PDAs, do we? That's right. At the very least, we do know there should be one other person around here. Tezuka's attack occurred near the unmoving blip. In other words, that meant the other moving blip was another player. That was all I
それっ
knew.
て首輪を探した時の動いてる方だよね。
You mean the one that was moving when we were checking for collars? Yeah. It'd be nice if they... Wait, hold on a second. Be right back. Just running a quick audio test. Just running a quick audio test. Okay, good. Alright, so here we continue. Yeah. It'd be nice if that person has 3 PDAs. But that's probably not that's very unlikely. And if they have more than 2, then they might be our enemy. Excluding Soiji, who was the owner of the Joker, everyone should have only have the own PDAs they started with. No, sorry. Excluding Soiji, who had the PDA, everyone each had their own unique PDA. If they had more than one, that means they must have taken it from someone else. They probably taken it. If they had more... Sorry, last line was, if they had more than one, and it was possible they'd taken it from someone else. This is difficult. I don't really know what we should do. For now, we should flee from Tezuka and look for the other, head for the other player. Please just trust my sense of direction.
私は総一を信じる。
I trust you, Soichi.
私も宗一くんのこと大好きだしね。
Me too. I love you, Soichi.
大好きって
Love?
もちろんかりんちゃんのことも大好きだよ。
Oh, but I love you too, Karin, of course.
もう渚さんってば
Nagisa, I swear. Karin gave a troubled smile. When you considered how she'd been looking depressed up until now, that smile was a blessing to Soichi.
頑張ろうねかりんちゃん。私ももう間違えないようにするから一緒に頑張ろう。
Let's do our best, Karin. Do your best, Karin. I won't make any more mistakes either, so let's both do our best together. Nagisa gently embraced Karin. For some reason, Soichi felt his chest tighten up when he saw Nagisa like that.
渚さん
なーにかりんちゃん。
What is it, Karin?
別に私頑張る宗一や渚さんと一緒に
It's fine. I'll do my best right alongside you and Soichi. The last words faded away. But Soichi were faint, but Soichi could tell. That Karin said that so she wouldn't embarrass herself to Takayama. Huh? Soichi heard a hard sound when they tried to resume moving. He looked and saw a woman with beautiful features. Reika!
動かないで
Don't move! Reika held a pistol with trembling hands. Her eyes were bloodshot, and she looked in horrible shape. She must have been quite up against the wall.
お前たちも私を殺しに来たのねでもただでは死なない私は生き延びるわこの場で撃たれたくなかったら PDA を差し出しなさい
You've come to kill me too, haven't you? But I'm not gonna just lie down and die. No, I will survive. If you don't want me to shoot you, then hand over your PDAs. No, then show me your PDAs. We don't have any time for this. Run, Reika. Huh? We've been looking for you and Fumika, so we could group up and all survive together.
嘘よそんなことを言って私を殺すつもりなんでしょ
Liar. You're just trying to say that so you can kill me, aren't you?
違うよ宗一はそんなことしないそんなことできやしないの
No. Soichi wouldn't do that. Soichi can't do that. It was Karin, not Soichi, who shouted. Tears rose in her eyes as she desperately pleaded to Reika.
レイカちゃんが怖かったのは私たちも分かってる。だけどこれからは一人で怖がらなくても平気なんだよ。
We know you're scared, Reika. Now you don't have to be scared now you don't have to be scared alone anymore.
でも
But
高山さんもレイカさんのことを気にしてた
Takayama was worried about you too. Huh? Takayama was with us until just a little while ago. Then he sacrificed himself to save us.
高山さんが死んだの
Takayama's dead? Reika's eyes widened with surprise. A moment later, she flopped powerlessly onto the floor. Tears poured down her expressionless face.
みんな死ぬのね。高山さんも文香さんも。
So they're all dead, aren't they? Takayama and Fumika. Fumika's dead? This time it was Soichi that was surprised. When he didn't see her, he figured something had happened to her, but it seemed the worst had occurred.
私を逃がすために最後に自分の PDA まで持たせてくれたわ。
Fumika sacrificed herself so I could get away. At the end, she even gave me her PDA.
あ、それって。
Wait, does that mean... Karin was surprised when she saw the PDA that Reika took out. The PDAs that Reika took out. In one hand she held the 8, while the other one she held the 6. Miraculously, there were PDAs that Soichi's group could team up with easy. If only we'd met up with them sooner. Though we knew that was impossible, Soichi was still bitter. If they met up with her while Takayama was still alive, they could have removed, everyone could have removed their collars apart from Soichi. But even so, I can't give up. I swear I'll get them all home safely. Reika, come with us. Bunch of people... All of us have had people sacrifice themselves for us, so we need to stick together.
Mitsurugi.
Soichi held his hand out to Reika. But despite that, Reika hesitated on whether it was alright to take his hand or not. I know I'm not as reliable as Takayama. I'm no good in a straight-up fight. But I'll do my best to survive. So I want you to do the same.
Soichi, 早くしないと。手塚がいつ追いついてくるか。
Soichi, we need to hurry. We don't know when Tezuka will come after us. Reika, Tezuka's chasing after us. Even though he already removed his collar, he's killing people for the prize money.
賞金の20億。
You mean the 2 billion?
人の数が少なくなればなるほど、もらえる金額が多くなるから。多分そういうことだと思う。だから急いで。
The less people there are, the more prize money there is. That's probably what he's thinking. So let's hurry. Karin was impatient. Even so, Karin urged her on. Even so, Reika was still hesitant. But not in the way she had been at first.
ダメよ。私がいては足手まといになるわ。だから置いていって。
Can't. I'll just slow you guys down, so leave me. I'm not just saying this for your sake, you know. Or fulfill Karin's release condition. We need 3 more PDAs, including your own. We need them. So please just rely on us.
じゃあ私の持つ PDA を渡すと言ったら。
What if I said I'd give you my PDAs? Cut it out already! Soichi forcibly grabbed Reika's hand and dragged her up to her feet. Then he glared at Reika with a stern face. Please don't give up here.
私は。
But
大丈夫。宗一が 絶対に助けてくれるから。
It's alright. Soichi will definitely save you.
そうだよ。宗一くんはやるときにはやる人だから。
That's right. Soichi pulls through whenever it counts. I wasn't going that far. Naisa and Karin's comments left Soichi feeling under a load of pressure. Once she saw the trust the two of them displayed, fierce will shone in Reika's eyes again, finally. Alright, let's try this again. Come with us, Reika. Soichi called out to her again.
よろしくお願いするわ。
Yes, let's work together. She gripped his hand with strength. That was the first time they saw her smile. They lost a considerable amount of time, so they started moving as fast as they could. Soichi and Karin helped Reika up from the sides to help her move since her leg was injured.
ねえ、宗一くん。
Hey, Soichi? Nagisa he was walking right next to Soichi, spoke to him without looking his way. She was being careful to make sure that Reika didn't hear her. I talk with Takeon like this too, huh? Getting a gut feeling what was going to happen, Soichi spoke in a low voice. What is it?
宗一くんはね、銃を撃つ覚悟をしなきゃいけないと思う。
I think you need to have the will to fire a gun. His guess had been right on the money. Nagisa said pretty much the exact same thing Takayama had told him. But
積極的に相手を殺した方がいいとかそういうことじゃないの。
I'm not saying you should go trying to proactively kill people.
ただ反撃って意味でも銃を撃てなきゃこの先危険だと思う。
I think there will be situations where you need to shoot back in retaliation.
宗一くん、攻撃するときに相手が絶対に反撃しないって分かってたら攻撃はものすごく強くなっちゃうんじゃないかな。
Listen, Soichi. When you attack someone, you know they won't fight back no matter what. Your attacks will get all that much stronger, won't they? Yeah,
だ
maybe.
よね。自分が危なくないんだからどんどん強気になっちゃうだろうし、そうなったら宗一くんはかりんちゃんやれいかちゃんを守れるの？
Yeah, that's right. Once they determine that we're no threat, they'll keep charging at us again and again. You think you can protect Karin and Reika like that? Nagisa was right. Soichi knew that. And yet he couldn't bring himself to do it.
宗一くんよりも若いし、れいかちゃんは怪我をしてる。そんな二人を守るためなんだから仕方ないと思うよ。
Karin's younger than you, and Reika's injured. I don't think you have a choice if you want to protect them.
だからね、お願いだから殺すかもしれないことを覚悟して、相手の攻撃にちゃんと反撃して。
So please prepare yourself for the possibility you might have to kill someone. If anyone shoots at you, shoot back, okay? I'll try.
よくじゃダメ。だってちゃんとできなかったら宗一くんきっと死んじゃうよ。
That's not good enough. If you don't do it right, you'll die for sure. Die. When he heard that word, Soichi felt that may very well become a reality. It would be so nice if he could protect others protect his karma without hurting others. The thought of him instead getting all the wounds in return and paying his debt to them made him feel actually felt
宗一
relieved.
君が死んだらね、一番傷つくのはきっとかりんちゃんだよ。それでも無茶をするつもり？
If you die, then I'm sure Karin will be the one most hurt by it. Even so, are you still going to resist? Hurt Karin. Yes, that was indeed possible of Karin. Soichi felt a pain greater than before strike his heart. Karin. An honest girl who didn't fit this place at all. Soichi was scared of hurting
逃
her.
げるだけだったら限界が来ると思うの。高山さんの PDA が壊れてたらいいけど、そうじゃなければ首輪がついてる限り追われちゃうでしょ。
If we just run away, I think we'll hit our limits. It'd be nice if Takayama's PDA is broken, but if it's not, keep chasing after us as long as we have these collars on, right? I think what you're saying is right, but sorry. No one thought that Takayama's PDA was broken. It was clear that optimism would be the downfall. And Soichi knew everything Nagisa was saying was correct. But even though it was correct, it didn't mean he could act on it. I know it's something I have to do, but I don't have the confidence I can do it. Can't kill people. Soichi apologized with a bitter look on his face. He felt bitter when he realized it seemed like he'd betrayed Nagisa's trust.
わかった。そうだよね。宗一君はそういう男の子なんだよね。
Yeah, I know. That's right. That's the kind of guy you are, isn't it, Soichi? Nagisa's face was peaceful. There was no anger or despair in there. Just a warmth that would accept all. Surprised, Soichi asked for the reason of his
それから
eyes.
多分かりんちゃんもそういう宗一君だから信じられたんだよ。
Myself and probably Karin trust you because you're like that.
カリンが三剣はそんなことできないって言った理由がよくわかったわ。
I understand well why, the reason why Karin said that Mitsurugi couldn't do that sort of thing. Reika? He was surprised when she suddenly cut in. Reika sent Soichi an
ず
exasperated
っと
glance.
隣で話されていて気づかないわけないでしょ。ねえ、カリン。
You don't think we wouldn't hear you when we were right next to you? Isn't that right,
う
Karin?
ん。さっきから聞いてた。
Yeah, heard the whole
私
thing.
はね、勝手だけど、宗一に人殺しの覚悟なんてしてほしくない。怖い人になんてならないでほしい。
I know I'm being selfish, but I don't want Soichi to have the resolve to kill people. I don't want him to become someone scary. Karin. Soichi took Karin's pure gaze head on. He felt blessed to have people who accepted him as he was around him.
三剣、私もお前を信じるわ。人を裏切れるほど強くないようだし。
I trust you too, Mitsurugi. You don't look like you're strong enough to betray
大変
someone.
なのは分かってるけど、みんなで生き延びようよ。
I know it's gonna be hard, but let's all survive together. Yeah. Karin, Reika, thanks. And you too, Nagisa. Hold on a second, I just need to go and do something. I'll be right back. I know I'm taking a lot of breaks this stream. Sorry. A lot of pauses, more like it. Okay, I'm back now. Alright, the brilliance of that sight was burned into Nagis's eyes. A miraculous event she never thought possible had occurred right in front of her. I don't know how I can atone to you. Much like Soichi, Nagisa also had a past she couldn't forget, and a wound that wouldn't heal. But the way they react to it couldn't be any more different. Soichi regretted what he couldn't do, while Nagisa regretted what she did do. So I'm going to survive these people. She knew she was being selfish. No, she knew it was for her own satisfaction. Though she acknowledged her own weakness, those people were trying to survive, helping each other. Could she join in with them if she would just reach out her hand? Nagisa thought about that. Nagisa, we're going upstairs. An unreliable yet calm, yet relieving voice reached Nagisa's ears. Okay. Nagisa nodded and started walking off with her 3 companions. Thanks to the enhanced map on Nagisa's PDA, they were swiftly able to get up to the 5th floor. While on their way, the group had shown each other PDAs and confirmed their release conditions. Reiko was surprised by Soichi's PDA, but seemed to trust him when he said he was looking for a way they could remove it. Keep looking as we head out for the 6th floor as soon as possible, as well as looking for any other possible remaining survivors. Please let someone else still be alive. Soichi couldn't help but wish that. If there were no other survivors apart from them, then have to take Tezuka's PDAs in order for Karin and Reiko to survive. Doesn't look like there's anything in this room.
じゃあこの部屋はどうかな？
What about this room then? As they were selling on the quickest course to the 6th floor, they opened the door and checked. They opened doors and checked inside. The rooms varied in states.
こっちの部屋には箱があるよ。
Soichi, there are boxes in this room. You're right. Let's try opening it up. Wait, you guys just stay back. Outside the room. Stay outside the room. Soichi said that to the others when remembering how cautious Takayama had been opening these boxes. But they shook their heads.
危ないことだってみんな一緒でいいよ。私も総一と一緒じゃないと嫌だから。
No, if it's dangerous, I want to be with you all. I don't want to be apart from you, Soichi. I appreciate the sentiment, but you need to save your sister, right, Karin? So stay back. Nagisa, if you will.
でも宗一くん本当に気をつけてね。
Okay, but be careful, Soichi. I know. Soichi left Karin and Nagisa and opened the wooden boxes. He was able to get the lid off easily. It seemed it wasn't nailed shut. Reika watched as he did that. Unlike Takayama, I can't really tell if there's any traps or not. Even so, he carefully opened the box. He tried to open the box carefully as he could. Everyone watched on anticipation, but fortunately nothing happened. Doesn't look like there's any traps here, huh?
それで三剣、中身の方はどうなの？
So what's inside, Mitsurugi? Oh, right. I'm so focused on just opening it, they'd forgotten to check inside. Soichi regained his composure and looked in. When she confirmed there was no danger, Karin also went back to Soichi's side and looked in together with him. Inside was a different handgun from earlier. Another gun, huh?
でもなんだかこれまで見たのより大きくなってる気がする。
I feel like this one's bigger than any others we've seen up till now. Now you mention it. Hold on a second. Soichi took the spare ammo from his belongings. Hey, hold on a second. The one he just obtained was bigger than the ones they've had. Looks like it's not just the gun itself that's bigger. Soichi knew about gun calibers and their power from TV shows and movies. Since this gun had a bigger caliber than the other ones before it, it should have been much stronger than all the other ones that come before it as well. It's gradual, but the weapons really are getting stronger.
三剣、それはどうするの？
Mitsurugi, what are you gonna do with it? I'll hold on to this one, someone else can hold on. I was thinking of giving the one they've had up till now to someone else.
それ持っていくつもりなの？
You're planning on taking that with you? Karin frowned. She must have thought Soichi was pushing himself. She knew he wasn't the kind who could shoot another person, and so she thought there was no need for him to carry it around with him. Can't afford to just leave it here. We shouldn't leave more enemies for Tezuka to find. I'm sure it's pretty possible he's already found. I'm sure it's highly possible he's already found a powerful enough weapon.
じゃあこの今まで使っていた方は私が預かるね。
And I'll hold on to the one you've been using. Are you sure about that? Soichi was surprised. Soichi couldn't imagine the airheaded Nagisa holding something as dangerous as a gun, as a pistol. Though he couldn't say the other two look like they would fit well with a pistol either.
私はもう持ってるもの。カリンと渚さんなら年齢の順で考えても渚さんが持つ方が妥当だわ。
I already have one. As for Karin and Nagisa, when you consider their ages, I think it's right. I think it makes sense for Nagisa to hold on to it.
私そんなに年を取ってるわけじゃないんだからね。
I'm not that old.
それでもカリンよりは年上でしょ？
But you're older than Karin, right? Soichi watched the two of them having a rather confusing argument. He smiled a little and gave the pistol to Nagisa. Well, just be careful. Not to use it if you can.
そうだね。
Yes, you're right. Okay. I wonder if there's anything else in here. Oh, there's got food here. Oh, and a toolbox too.
ツールボックス？そのマッチ箱みたいなのが？
Toolbox? You mean that matchbox-like thing? Reika looked confused. It's only natural she'd be puzzled if she didn't know about it. By connecting, you know, there's a connector on the side of the PDA. You put one of these in there. This is what you're using for it by putting these in here. And so let's see, what kind of tool is this? So I checked the label. Tool, door controller. So something that controls the doors?
それって結構便利そうじゃない？
That sounds really useful, doesn't it? You're right. Well, we don't know how much we're going to use it, but I'll install it on mine, I guess. Soichi quickly put the toolbox in his own PDA connector. When he did, an explanation of the tool popped up. Karin was looking on curiously, so Soichi turned the screen towards her.
と、何々？へえ、ドアの開閉とロックやその解除ができるんだ。
What do we have here? What do you know? You can open and close doors and even lock them. Lock and unlock them. Yeah, it seems that way. Being able to open the door, close a door from far away is considerably useful. You can also use it as a shield.
なるほど。こういうものがあったのね。
I see, so there's something like this, huh?
渚さんの地図も別のツールボックスのおかげで便利になったんだよ。
Nagisa's map also became useful thanks to another toolbox.
確かに、あの地図は私の PDA のものとは違ったわね。PDA ごとの差だと思っていたわ。
Now you mention it, there's a considerable difference between our PDAs. Now you mention it, that map is different from mine. I thought it was just different in our PDAs. Reika sounded impressed as she spoke, as Soichi operated his PDA to start installing. Opening rests a little easier of this thing. Switch over to the bar graph, which slowly but surely started increasing. Installation probably finished after a little
こ
while.
っちの食料は私がまとめて持っていてもいいかな。
Can I take the food with me along with the rest?
渚さんだけじゃ重そうだし、私も半分持つよ。
Way too much if we just gave them all to you. I'll take half. Karin and Nagisa split up the food supplies. Now that there were 4 of them, they didn't have a problem splitting the weight. Now I'll take some too. I am a guy after all, so even if I'm not that reliable, I can at least carry
こ
stuff.
れくらいなら私たちだけで平気だけどな。
Pretty sure we'd be fine on our own with stuff like this, though. Just let it be, it's okay. Come on, let me show off my strength a little bit here. In actuality, there wasn't much of a difference between Soichi and Karin. But Soichi noticed that Karin was acting tired. Karin and Reika must be really tired, huh? As long as Tezuka could detect the callers, then they wouldn't be safe no matter where they went. They couldn't escape from their anxiety no matter where they went. As a result, their fatigue had been considerably piling up. Oh, oops, sorry. But thanks to that, she's not worrying about me all that much. Since everyone was in the same perilous situation, no, they still hadn't thought about the fact they didn't have a way to remove Soichi's collar. Karin would probably panic as would definitely panic if she remembered it. So Soichi was relieved that she hadn't. Considering their situation, he wanted everyone to focus on their own survival.
宗一くん諦めないでね。
Don't give up, Soichi. Huh? Soichi instinctively reacted to Nagisa's comment. But Nagisa just smiled and didn't say another word. No match against Nagisa, huh? Nagisa was kind. She was relaxed, and though it was a bit rude, she seemed a little dull. Yet in spite of that, he realized she was showing them consideration. Should have thanked her, responded with the will that she had the will to survive. But Soichi just gave her, all Soichi could do was give her a faint smile. The stairwell should be around here, right?
そうだよ。次の角を曲がればすぐだね。
Yes, that's right. You just take a turn right here.
ねえ宗一、確か6階が一番上なんだよね。
Hey Soichi, the 6th floor is the top one, right? Yeah, it should be. If we can get one more person's help, then we can wait for the game to end while running. So either that, then at the very least, the one Tezuka wouldn't be able to tell where the ones who removed their collars were. Soichi was considering acting as bait in that case, since he wouldn't be able to remove his collar. As for a place where any other survivors could go, if that seemed like the non-combat area really was the best bet.
でも本当に生き残りなんているの？ミツルギ。
Are there really other survivors, Mitsurugi? Well, not
手
sure
塚の
yet.
首輪の解除条件が私たちの考えた通り首輪を作動させることならそれだけで5人は死んでるよね。
If Tezuka's collar release condition is what we thought it was, is to activate collars like we thought it was, that means 5 people are dead, right? Yeah. They include Urashiyama, who died from the first extra game, and that girl's name we don't know. Probably Nagasawa too.
手塚は長澤と手を組んでたはずなのにひどい。
And they were working together too. How awful. Thought about it simply, and they should have been glad that their enemies had kill each other. But it seemed Karin was seriously angered. Her purity was much like someone else Soichi
手
remembered.
塚はそういう人間だったってことね。敵に回すと考えると嬉しい相手ではないわ。
Tezuka's just that kind of person, it seems. He's not the kind of guy you want to make an enemy of. Reika responded with a composed comment. She'd been rather anxious, unstable when they first met, but as time passed, it seems she was growing more
と
stable.
ころで、ミツルギたちは銃声の聞こえた場所に向かって手塚に襲われたのだったわね。となると、5人の条件の残り2人は私たちを襲った女とフミカさんかもしれないわね。
By the way, you headed towards that place you heard gunshots and were attacked by Tezuka, right? Which means that the other two that he used to fulfill his condition may have been Fumika and the woman who attacked us.
こ
That's
の
possible.
5人と私たち、それから手塚さんを入れてちょうど10人だね。
Those 5, us plus Tezuka makes
あと
10.
は高山さんを足して11人。参加者が13人だから、あと2人は生きてる可能性があるのよね。
And with Takayama, that makes 11. There's 13 players, so that means it's possible the other two might still be alive. That's not right, Karen. Soichi remembered something as he shot down Karen's calculations. Remember the extra game from that shutter. With your current calculations, Tezuka should have been the only one with spare PDAs back then. Well, the shutter opened before Tezuka passed through, right? Of course, he might have opened in advance and played dumb to Nagasawa when he teamed up with him, but that wouldn't have benefited him. So it's natural to assume someone opened the shutter and passed through before that. And that person had PDAs to spare.
つまり最低1人を殺して余分ができていたってことね。
Which means that at least one other person is dead, so they had that spare. Soichi nodded. Karen's face grew darker.
じゃあ仲間になってくれるかもしれない生き残りっていたとしても1人。
So even if there is someone else we can team up with, there'll only be one? Well, it's all just a guess. Let's just pray that we meet another survivor. Soichi knew he was being optimistic, but he had to cheer up everyone. If we don't have enough, if the numbers don't match up, if we don't have enough numbers, then we'll have no choice but to negotiate with Tezuka, I think.
できるの？そんなこと。
Can we even do that? Well, more like threaten him than negotiate with him. But that's only a last resort. If possible, I'd like to look for survivors and find that and work together with that person. I wanted to ignore Tezuka and run away from him. That was Soichi's desire.
楽観できる状況ではないわね。
This isn't. We can't be optimistic in this
そう
situation.
ですけど、希望を捨てずに頑張りましょう。
That's true. Let's keep on going with and not abandon hope.
もちろんここまで来たのだから意地でも生き残ってやるわ。そうしなければ申し訳が立たないもの。
Of course. Come this far, so I'm gonna survive no matter what it takes. Otherwise I'd never be able to make it up to Fumika. Otherwise I'd never be able to make up to them. Reika purposely didn't say who she wouldn't be able to make it up to. But everyone knew what she was thinking. Let's go upstairs. So she started walking, taking the lead just like Takayama had. Karen was right next to him, as always. Karen's dangerous up here in the front, so you'd be safer behind me.
だから前に行くんじゃない。そいちって鈍いっていうか頼りないんだもん。
That's why I'm up here. It's because you're dull and unreliable. Ugh. When he has all unreliable pointed out to him, Soichi didn't feel he could say anything to that. But he couldn't deny
か
it.
りんちゃんは宗一くんの隣にいたいんだよね。
You want to be by Soichi's side, don't you, Karen? Huh?
渚さん、何言ってるの？私そんなこと全然言ってないじゃない。
What are you talking about, Nagisa? I never said anything like that. Wait, hold on a second. What are you guys talking about?
なるほど。確かに鈍いわね。
I see. You're right, he is dull indeed. Not you too, Reika. Not knowing what was going on, Soichi Soichi didn't know what was going on while Reika was while Karen was blushing with embarrassment.
そうだ。そいち、レイカさんの補助をしてあげないと。
Oh, right. Soichi, we need to help Reika walk. Oh, yeah, that's right. Ever since they opened the box, stayed behind while they were opening the box. Reika had been walking behind them alongside Nagisa. Reika put on a brave face. There were beads of sweat rising to her foreheads, and she couldn't hide the limp in her leg that happened from time to time. The faint limp in her leg, sorry. So Soichi quickly helped her walk.
こういう特別扱いは別にいらないのだけど。
I don't really need this kind of special treatment. You're injured, so please put up with it.
あら、かりんちゃん、宗一くんが他の女の子とくっついてるのが気に入らない？
Oh my, Karen. Are you jealous that Soichi's huddling up with another woman?
そんなんじゃないよ。
No, that's not it at all. She denied it, but her face was red. The group regained some of their cheer and composure as they made their way upstairs. Though they made it to the 6th floor, their situation hadn't changed all that much. As usual, there was no attack from Tezuka, and there was no sign of any other participants. Maybe Tezuka's waiting for us to tire out. On one hand, one side of them was full of energy, while the other side was physically and mentally worn out. You didn't need to think about which would give in first. Soichi felt shivers down his spine when he considered that Tezuka might have been waiting all the time for them to just tire out. However, he looked at Karen walking right next to him. Soichi didn't want to show his own weakness in front of someone who trusted and stayed with him as much as Karen. Though he only understood that in hindsight, but... I don't want to show hesitation or weakness, but is there really another survivor out there? Soichi couldn't get rid of the anxiety welling in his heart.
戦闘禁止エリアは近くにはないみたい。
Doesn't look like the non-combat area is near here.
そう。だったらもう少し急いで移動しなければね。
I see, then we'll have to hurry up a
無理
little.
をしないでくださいね。
Please don't push yourself. Nagisa was helping Reika stand. Soichi and Nagisa both took turns in helping Reika walk. Karen also tried to offer her help, but Soichi turned her down, concerned about her stamina. Truth be told, he thought He didn't want Nagisa to help either, but she was surprisingly stubborn about it and wouldn't give in. Doesn't matter if it's far away. We should head for the non-combat area. Also, we need to find anything useful. Like something like a tool that can tell where it's position. That'd be nice. They know something that convenient existed, but they still wanted it all the same. The fact that there was an invisible enemy like Tezuka out there made them all that much tired.
武
More
器はどう
tired.
なってるんだろうね。やっぱりもっと強いのになってるのかな。
What should we do about weapons? I wonder what he's done about weapons. Maybe he's got something strong in there now. It's possible. The problem is which one is stronger. How strong it is. Soichi answered Karin but couldn't explain very well. You know, like one that's more accurate or
1
something.
秒間に50発とか
Oh,
そういう
sorry.
の？
One that can fire. One that can fire all in a row. Like the ones that can fire 50 shots in a second. Karin was imagining a stationary Gatling gun. But Soichi wasn't all that familiar with firearms, just nodded vaguely.
でもそれだったら弾切れは早いんじゃないかな。
Then you run out of bullets pretty quickly, wouldn't you? You don't know if he'd be able to survive until he did run out, though.
どうなっているかは実際に見つけるまでわからないのではないの？
We don't know for ourselves until we find it, will we? Reika intervened with a bit of exasperation. She sighed, her face twisting in pain from time to time.
すごい武器があるなら手塚より先に見つけて私たちで持っていくなり壊すなりしないとね。
Anyway, if there are really strong weapons out there, we need to find them before Tezuka and either take them with us or destroy them. Oh, oops. Sorry, I missed.
じゃあ私、少し先を見てくるね。
You're right. Maybe it would be best to destroy them. That sounded much more peaceful than using themselves, so Soichi nodded. Now I'll go take a look ahead. Karin passed by Soichi and tried to run off ahead on her own. Soichi panicked. Wait, hold on, Karin. It's too dangerous to be alone.
ああ、そっか。手塚がいつ狙ってくるかわからないんだもんね。
Oh, you're right. We don't know when Tezuka will come gunning for us, after all. This is very important, so don't forget, alright? If you get separated on your own, you'll be a target for sure.
はーい。
Got it. Soichi felt relief when he saw Karin coming back to them. She knew it was dangerous to be separated. Despite that, it seemed like trying to go off on one's own was amount to suicide.
やっぱり焦っちゃったのかな。ほら、手塚が全然襲ってこな。
I guess I was just being impatient. See, Tezuka isn't attacking at all. All of a sudden, the floor disappeared at Karin's feet. Huh? Karin! Soichi reached forward without thinking. He managed to grab her arm, but he couldn't stop his body from pitching forward.
剣、宗一くん、かりんちゃん。
Reika and Nagisa tried to save them, but they were too late. Soichi and Karin fell down and disappeared in the hole. Nagisa and Reika looked down the hole of dumbfoundment. But by that time, the hole was already closing.
落とし穴こんなものまであるの剣たちは無事なのかしら
A trapdoor. They have something like that too? Hope those two are okay.
多分下の階まで落ちてしまったんだと思う。その後はちょっと
I think they probably fell to the floor below. As for the rest, well... Karin shouts as you pound on the floor, but naturally it didn't budge.
ダメねそれならもう一度落とし穴を作動させたら
Doesn't look like it's gonna work. Maybe if we activate the trapdoor one more time. Reika stood up as she endured the pain and tried retracing Karin's steps. But even when she went back to where the trap had activated, the floor didn't open.
どうして
Why?
もしかしたら一度しか作動しない罠なんじゃ。
Maybe it's a trap that only activate
こう
once,
して後から追えないように
so they can't follow after them? If they activate and jumped in after them, they may not have been safe themselves. But even so, knowing how dangerous it was to be separated, Reika wanted to chase after them.
これからどうしたら
What are we gonna do now?
戦闘禁止エリアの近くで待った方がいいと思う。
I think it'd be best to wait near the non-combat area.
でも剣たちが無事かわからないのに
But we don't even know if Mitsurugi and Karin are
で
okay.
もそこを目的にしてたのは変わらないから合流はしやすいんじゃないかな。宗一くんが地図を覚えてたらだけど。
Even so, it doesn't change that we were heading there anyway. So it should be easy for us to group up there. As long as Mitsurugi remembers the map, that is.
階段の近くで待っていてもいいけど、それで最後の生き残りの人を手塚さんに殺されちゃっても困るし。
We could wait near the stairs too. We'll be in big trouble if the last survivor is killed by Tezuka.
剣たちが無事なのを前提にして話すのね
You're assuming Mitsurugi and Karin are alright. That is.
だって私は宗一くんたちを信じてるから。
That's right, because I believe in them. Nagisa spoke with a truly trusting look on her face. Reika stared at her face for a little while, but eventually just gave a little sigh.
分かったわあなたの意見に従う
Alright. I'll trust your
レイ
opinion.
カちゃんも辛いと思うけど頑張ろうね。
I know you're having trouble too, Reika, but let's do our best, okay? And so they took each other's shoulders and resumed walking. Before they left, Reika gave the trapdoor one last glance.
無事でいなさい剣
Please be safe, Mitsurugi. Dark. So his body drifted in the darkness where no light came in. I couldn't move. He couldn't put any strength in his body. As he spaced out, he noticed that there was a girl in front of him. Oh, so that's where you were. The one looking on him with concern was a girl he recognized very well. Someone who'd once been closer to him than anyone else, but gone somewhere he could never reach. Don't look so worried. I haven't done anything weird. The girl continued to wear a look of concern. Soichi panicked when he saw that. There was something he wanted to say. He wanted to be with her. He didn't want her to leave him alone. His mind grew muddled with all various with a flood of emotions and thoughts. He reached out to her again, and then he finally his conscience came back. Soichi. He felt cloth against his fingers. Soichi realized he was gripping the clothes of the girl in front of him. Huh? Karen? Where are we?
よかったソイチ。
Soichi. Thank goodness, Soichi. Hold on a second. Karen was holding the big gun that Soichi been holding on to, and looked like she was on the verge of tears. Soichi looked around, not understanding the reason for what was going on. It seemed they were in the hallway, hiding behind abandoned materials.
ごめんなさいソイチ。あと、ありがとう。
Sorry, Soichi. Thank you. Oh, I see, so Actually, calm down. Soichi finally remembered what happened after he'd lunged after Karen. He grabbed her arm as they were falling in midair. He embraced her, and they fell down together. How long have I
1
been
時間は
out?
経ってないと思うよ。
I don't think it's been an hour. I see. Are you hurt, Karen?
ソイチのおかげでピンピンしてるよ。それより、ソイチの方こそどう？
No, I'm perfectly fine, thanks to you. More importantly, what about you, Soichi? I'm fine. Ugh! Second thought, never mind. I must have hit my back when I fell. It hurts like hell. That impact is probably what knocked him out. The more his mind cleared up, he realized that there was a stabbing pain in him every time he breathed. Well, I guess that's only to be expected. Though Karen was light, she still had the weight of a regular person. When he considered how foul and fast they'd fallen, he realized he was lucky to be alive. I think my ribs or something might be broken. So we fell down here?
もうちょっと向こうだったの。でも、そこだとすぐに見つかりそうだったから、一生懸命ソイチを引きずって。
No, we're actually a little bit more over there. We would have been spotted easily that way, so I did my best to drag you over here. So you hid me here, huh?
いざとなったら、私がソイチを守るつもりだったの。
That's right. I was planning on protecting you if it came down to it. That's why she had the pistol. But Soichi was truly glad she didn't have an opportunity to use it. A big pistol like that probably came with a huge recoil, and could have very well dislocated Karin's shoulder. Even if that weren't the case, she probably wasn't a match for Tezuka. Thanks, Karin. Well, you should have left me behind and run.
ソイチ
Tears fell from Karin's eyes. She threw away the gun. She put down the gun and embraced Soichi with a look of sorrow in her face.
私はカレンのために絶対に生き残ってみせる。
I'll definitely survive for Karin. Yeah, so that's why you should.
違うの。私は生きて帰るときにソイチも一緒じゃなきゃ嫌なの。これからも一緒にいてほしいから。
No. I want to have you with me when we go back. I want to be with you always.
私、
Huh?
カレン以外に大切なものなんてなかったけど、ソイチは違うから。ソイチを大切にしたいし、大切にされたいから。だから。
I didn't have anything important to me other than Karin. But you're different. I want to treasure you, and I want you to treasure me, so... Soichi was dumbfounded and shocked at the realization that someone needed him. It was true that he wanted to protect her. That was because Karin had somewhere to go back to, and someone important to her, and because she wanted to protect them. She's far different from me, far different from someone who couldn't protect or do anything for them, for the person they loved. Perhaps Soichi's desire to protect Karin was like some form of atonement for him. But Karin needed Soichi but Karin said she needs Soichi even though he was like that. What is this? Why did you care for me this much? He didn't realize that he was quite shaken up, but he didn't know why. So in the end, Soichi shook his head and answered, "Even so, you need to prioritize. You need to consider yourself first. Your sister's life is on the line, right?"
そうだけど、でも。
That's true, but... Karin pouted with displeasure. And she realized it didn't feel like her feelings were going through to Soichi. She wanted to cry. Karin buried her face into Soichi's chest, leaving him with staring at her in bewilderment.
ソイチは本当に分かってない。
You really don't understand a thing, Soichi. Don't understand?
分かってないの。だから私がどれくらいの気持ちなのか見せるから。
You don't understand. So that's why I'm going to show you just how much you mean to me. Okay, I, for many reasons, cannot show you what happens next at this part, so I am going to end the stream here, and when we pick up, I will have skipped past the scene that occurs after this. I'm pretty sure you all can guess what I'm alluding to. So, yeah, we're going here, and pick up after that next time. I'll give you, like, a short summary of any of the non-adult stuff that happened there, but yeah, won't be. They'll have to wait till next time. So until then, I'll see you later.